What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on our twin turbo stroked LS Lincoln Continental. Last time you saw it on our channel, we were doing some hood modifications, allowing clearance for our Holley high ram intake. That's also a functional hood scoop, allowing the turbochargers to ingest a bunch of air. With the large portion of the major fabrication already completed, we're going to be moving into the next phase of the build with the Lincoln, and that means tearing it apart to get it ready for the paint and body process. But before we do that, we need to get the proper coilover suspension in the car, and to do that we need to measure for our spring rates. And so what we're going to do is measure the entire weight of the vehicle, get the proper spring rate, order our springs, and then install our new coilovers with that said spring rate. Once all that's complete, we're going to tear it all back apart.
So we're weighing this because we need to figure out our exact weight for our coilovers, which we're getting from QA1. We'll send them the specs. They can give us the correct spring for our coilovers. And this way this thing rides comfortably and not harshly. I'm guessing 4,500?
32.
32? What you reckon? 35? And the results are in 3872.
All right, while we have the body off the chassis, we're gonna go ahead and start working on some finish work, like our firewall. We did a lot of work to smooth this thing out and we're still not done. I still need to fill in this section up here, butt seaming against this panel and getting it as tight as we can up along this top of the cowl. Probably just gonna go ahead and spot weld it a couple places and then do some seam sealer. We got a pretty gnarly patch job here, so not sure if I'm gonna probably add another little strip of metal here just to kind of feather that out a little bit, possibly add another little piece of metal along this section right here. The idea obviously is to make our firewall as smooth as possible and not have to use a 1/2 inch of Bondo. So we're also going to go ahead and finish DAing and prep this metal here for our paint or our epoxy primer, and we're going to be doing Poppy's bed liner on all of our inner fenders down the whole side of our floor here, and you know, smoothing all this up, cleaning all this up, getting some primer on it. This is all going to be hidden by our inner fenders, so just want to prep it, make sure it's not going to rust. Still got some, you know, little things to start tidying up around here. I think we're going to be remaking some of these little pieces that are going to support our grille and all of our headlight bezels and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, got some grinding, some blending to do, a couple little pieces of metal to cut up, get those welded in, throw down some primer, and start doing some body work. Yippee-ki-yay. we got our Firewall pretty much all ready to go. I'm going to give her a wipe down with some Poppy's wax and grease remover. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with some 2K epoxy primer. Probably gonna get a little bit into the tunnel just to do a little bit of body work on all those welds and stuff. But the goal here for now is to get our Firewall completely smoothed out, body worked. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any blocking or anything yet, but we're just gonna start, you know, feathering in all these welds, start making it look a little nicer. So yeah, we got our Poppy's wax and grease remover here, and then I'm just gonna use some aerosol cans. This is a 2K, so this is the kind that you pop the bottom. This is the good stuff. Rather than go and mixing up a bunch of primer with a gun and spraying it and get a bunch of overspray in our shop, we're just gonna try to do it the easy way for now. Alright, so I just vacuumed out the inside of our cowl in here. Plan is to go ahead and patch these holes. No need to let any hot air into the car. Also, we did a bunch of fabrication work on the inside, which also affected the cowl. And as you guys see, we do have a seam there, which is welded on the inside of the car and seam sealed. But I'd really like to get not only seam seal all this around here, but also I want to shoot a bunch of primer in here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these other areas out, like this one and this one in the middle. We are not running windshield wipers on this car at this point, so all this is going to get patched anyhow. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and give me a little more access to shoot primer and get some seam sealer done in there. So we'll get these out, and then we'll just basically make a longer panel to weld in. Just want to protect the inside of here before we go closing it out. All right, while we have the body off of our chassis, we're also going to be doing a little more chassis work just to make sure that this thing stays together, stays straight as it's going down the road, nothing's twisting. We're gonna be adding this cross brace here, which is gonna have to get recessed into our frame rail on this side. So that side of the frame rail is all the way back to here on both sides. So we're gonna end up adding another piece going this way, crossing all the way to here. So we got some 1x, I think this is 0.20 wall, which is a little heavy duty, but rather be heavy than not. So I already got my miter cuts done. So I got my mark here on our chassis, which I'm gonna have to cut, make a little 1-inch cavity. Probably gonna go ahead and weld a cap inside of our chassis to keep that done. And then we'll go ahead and weld this puppy in. And then we'll go ahead and get our measurements to add our other cross member from that back corner to this front corner right here. So in the process of pulling the car off of our chassis, we did a bunch of work to the bottom side of our car, like seat mounting areas, bunch of seam sealing, whole bunch of stuff. Arden also, once he kind of started really looking at our chassis, Arden, say hi to Arden. Arden likes to build race cars and stuff. So the first thing that he didn't like about our chassis was there wasn't a whole lot of areas connecting the driver's side and the passenger side frame rails together. Nothing really solid. So the first thing he wanted to do was add this cross brace, which has been done, and that will stop it from racking, you say?
Yeah, because there isn't much connecting the left side and the right side, especially with all the torque we're expecting to put down with this vehicle. We want to minimize as much chassis flex as possible, especially because this used to be a unibody car and now it's a chassis car. And the other thing that we're going to be doing is adding an X-brace to the back, again, to attempt to minimize as much racking as possible. Something kind of like on a unibody car you would have shock tower mounts or a shock tower brace. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. There's only so much you could do to the chassis when it's already come this far. So we'll just doing what we can to make it as
stout
as possible.
All right, it's about that time. We made some modifications to our chassis, like we talked about with our cross bracing, trying to stiffen this thing up a little bit. We also done a bunch of work to the bottom of the car, adding a bunch of bracing to our floors, adding plates where our seats are gonna get bolted through. A bunch of seam sealing has been going on. Started doing a little bit of Bondo work to our firewall. That's pretty close to being ready to go. But at this time, we're gonna go ahead and mount our body back on the chassis for the last time. Just to make sure, confirm everything, all of our mounts are gonna still line up. We're probably gonna go ahead and start doing some body work on the car itself. The body needs to be body worked while it's mounted to the chassis. So may start some of that stuff too, but if not, once we confirm that our body mounts up to our chassis correctly again, well, you know what time that is. It's time to strip this thing down and get it coated. So we'll see what happens first. Bondo body work on the car, or strip it down and paint the chassis. We'll see.
All right, as you can see behind me, we've got the body and the chassis mated back together. All the seams have been sealed all the way from the trunk space to the floor pan and even the firewall. The chassis has been stiffened up to the nines and it's ready to take the power that the engine is going to put down. There's still a lot of odds and ends to get done on the car before we get it finalized. So make sure you guys follow along on the next episode so you guys don't miss any part of this build. We'll see you on the next episode.